So, look how beautiful England is. Look, seriously, look at that sky. Unbelievable. It's, I'm not sure exactly the time. I'm guessing it's around 9:30 a.m. Look how lovely the houses are opposite me. See, when I first moved here, there was no houses. When I first moved on this road, there was only about 4 houses built. There were 14 houses built on this road, and so just imagine it, that the house that I live in, hi Deborah, morning. So the house I live in was just mud. It was just a muddy field. Aurora was a few months pregnant, and we chose the house. Let me just tell you a little bit about it. So my brother had bought a house from a company called Fisher Dean with his wife. My brother, I think at this point, had 2 children. He now has 6 with his wife. My brother's been with his wife, I think, 26 years. Yeah, so they're happily married, yeah? So this road was one big, hi Gio. So this road was one big muddy field. Ella, come and say hello. See, she always looks away. Come here, come on. Come on, say hello to Team Elvis. Ella is Team Elvis. So just so you know, guys, this road was just a big muddy field. There was no road. So when me and Aurora decided to buy a house, we'd been looking for a few weeks. Aurora was a few months pregnant. It was a planned pregnancy, by the way. We planned to have children. It wasn't an accident. So there's a bit down here, yeah? Now these houses behind me didn't exist. None of these houses were here, none of them. These 3 houses behind me here didn't exist. Yeah, Ella's lovely, isn't she, Emily? Hi, Emily. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Gio. So we came here, and I gave Aurora the plans for the houses, because the building company, Fisher and Dean, had given us the plans. And Aurora, being very smart, because Aurora is very smart, yeah? Very educated. She got her ruler out and measured each house. There were 14 houses. We could literally pick any house because we were one of the first people. Remember, none of the houses were built, yeah? Not even the foundations, yeah? So Aurora measured each room. Remember, we only had 1 child, and then my son was, at the time, my son with an ex-girlfriend was about 8 years old. He came with us, and Aurora picked the house. So she picked the house that had the biggest rooms and the biggest garden. Now the other thing that happened is we converted the loft to have 2 extra bedrooms, because it was a 5-bedroom house. But what we did, we converted the rooms so it became a 6-bedroom house, and then we added an ensuite onto one of the bedrooms. So we added an extra shower and toilet on one of the bedrooms. They also made the house a bit higher for us. They built it 2 or 3 foot higher so we could convert the loft into 2 bedrooms. Yeah, so it was a brilliant purchase. And then bit by bit, they started building these other houses. See the ones behind me? So Aurora picked our house with a ruler, pregnant. So then bit by bit, we watched them as they slowly built all these 14 houses. Now there are houses all around us. Yeah, there's probably been about 3,000 houses built. The whole area that's called Westwick has become a massive housing, a housing area, but it's families, it's kids' families. They've built a new school as well. So it's a very lovely area. It's semi-rural. So even though there's a lot of houses around, it's also tucked away. It's not near the town centre. It's away from the town centre, but it's near the motorway. So if you want to travel, it's very convenient. So I love the fact that we live here. And we live on Apple Farm Lane. Apple Farm Lane, you probably can see it backwards. What a lovely name. So the other thing I know about, there used to be a campsite up here, and there used to be an apple farm. Yeah, so it's one of the best decisions I ever made, because it took me away from the town centre, because I grew up in the town centre. Yeah, so I grew up in my dad's cafe, which eventually became a fish and chip takeaway. I grew up right in the town centre, across the road from the beach, across the road from the promenade, the pier, and it was also across the road from the amusement arcades. Hi, Jean, how are you? So obviously, because I lived by the amusement arcades, when I got a bit older, you know, 8 or 9, I was quite naughty. I would mix with the naughty people at the amusement arcades, you know, and, you know, we smoked a bit, we were naughty, we would have a cigarette, and we would just get in trouble. We would nick sweets and stuff from the, you know, and nick an ice cream from the local shop. Usual stuff that you do. And punk was in. Punk was the big thing. When I was growing up, punk, mods, bikers. Then as I got a bit older, then we had people like Wham, Spandau Ballet, Duran Duran. It changed, yeah? So moving to this area was very good for me, because I'd grown up along the seafront, and I was running a lot of businesses with my twin brother. It was very hectic, quite stressful living in town, even though I'd lived in town my whole life. I was born in town. So moving out here in a bit of a rural setting, if you look, it's quite rural, isn't it? It's quite sort of, yes, you get the houses, but then you get like a bit of a countryside feel. So you can literally walk to a countryside type area within minutes. So this is why I like living here, yeah? And we've been living there for nearly 19 years. It does need a bit of repair, mind. It's a bit run down now. We do need to, I don't like doing house repairs. It's not my thing. So the kitchen needs upgrading, stuff like that. It is nice, Deborah. So anyway, we've got a few things to talk about. I have made another video, and it's going to be posted at 12 o'clock. And we are celebrating. So today is our 3rd year birthday. So the channel, Louie's World of Elvis, celebrates its 3rd birthday today. And Nicola is the person that told me about it. She sent me a lovely happy birthday cake. Hang on, guys, let me sort out Ella. You can look at the sky for a second. Okay. All right, she's kicking grass over you. That's just funny. She's kicking grass. So it's not happy 3rd birthday for Defending Elvis. Defending Elvis is around 15 months old. Yeah. So Defending Elvis started around, I can't remember the exact date. I'm pretty sure it was near my birthday. It might have been July the 8th. 15 months ago, but the YouTube channel, but the first day of Louie's World of Elvis, the very first short that I posted was 3 years ago today. It's very simple. I love making YouTube videos. I always have. I've been doing it for probably 20 years. And one day I just felt like posting an Elvis short. Shorts had become popular just for fun, just because I love Elvis. I never knew there was an Elvis community. My research Oh, thanks, Deborah. Thanks, Gio. My research was pretty pathetic concerning Elvis, Priscilla, even Elvis's history. I only knew the basics. You know, I knew about Tupelo and the army years. Of course, I knew about the Vegas years, the comeback. I knew a bit about Priscilla, but I didn't know that Priscilla had been unfaithful. Not really. It wasn't something I'd ever given time to think about. I believed all the bullshit. Hi, Julie's. Say hello to Ella. Ella, say hello to Julie's. She's having a sniff. Hey, come on. Ella, what are you doing? What are you doing, Ella? She's sniffing something. But, hi, Julie's. How are you? So my research concerning Elvis was pretty crap, yeah? I didn't know the wrongdoing of Priscilla. I had no idea. In fact, Julie's is one of the people that put me right and said to me that Priscilla has done some serious wrongdoing to Elvis and to Lisa. So 3 years ago, yeah, I'm good. I got a cold. I do have a cold. I got a bit of flu, but it's okay. The weather in England is perfect. The weather in England is absolutely perfect, and it's early in the morning. It's about 9:30 a.m. I think, around that. So my research on Priscilla was terrible. I didn't really know anything. I never even realized Elvis needed defending. I had no idea. I never even knew that I had no idea that Priscilla had been unfaithful. The storyline that Elvis had a problem with drugs, I'd fallen for it. That Elvis was massively overweight, I'd fallen for it. Oh, thanks, Gia, that's very kind of you. I'd fallen for the bullshit, the hype, the twisted lies, the exaggerated tabloid fodder. Yeah? So I did read Elvis and Me, but I read it in the 80s, you know, in the early 90s. I even read Michael Edwards' book, but I read it when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. So I'd sort of forgotten. I did have a few Elvis books, you know, the army years, things like that. But generally, I was just an Elvis fan. Yeah, Deborah was there at the birth of when we chose to create Defending Elvis. A few of you were, weren't you? Yeah? So the thing I'm trying to say is that I had no idea. I was clueless about Defending Elvis, about the Elvis community, just how big the Elvis world was. I was actually surprised when I made my short, my very first short 3 years ago today. I was surprised it got so many views. It got thousands of views. It surprised me because I remember thinking, oh, Elvis is from the 60s and 70s, you know, not many are going to watch it. Not many are going to watch my short. The short was Elvis walking off stage. The short was Elvis walking off stage, yeah? How wrong was I? The Elvis community is massive, as we've all learnt together. The Elvis community is intense, passionate, angry, gregarious, full of love as well sometimes. Very strong-minded, strong opinions. The Elvis community also, a big part of it, wants to defend Elvis. The Elvis community created Defending Elvis. Hi Carolyn, how are you? It's our third birthday from the very first short we ever created, yeah? 3 years ago today. Elvis walking off stage in 1977. I had no idea about the Elvis community. I hadn't, you know, when I first started my YouTube channel, I didn't know about Priscilla. I didn't know, not, you know, the wrongdoing of Priscilla. I didn't know about Memphis Mafia Kid. I didn't know about Elvis Fans Matter, the Smiths. My knowledge was pretty pathetic. I hadn't properly looked at Elvis's history, not in the right way. I knew what everyone else knew. I knew what was in the tabloids, the magazines, the documentaries, the biographies. I knew what everyone sort of does. We watch the stuff that is on TV, the stuff we watched on VHS, you know, on video, or Betamax. We just didn't, just generally, I was just a typical Elvis fan that had never looked beneath the surface. I was just like the majority of Elvis fans, just more interested in the music, the movies, looking at Elvis. Don't forget, I grew up with Elvis pictures on my wall all the way through my childhood. I absolutely adored Elvis, adored him, still do. But I never looked beneath the surface. I just wanted to enjoy the music, the movies, how he looked, his style, his hair, the way he dressed. That was all that mattered to me. So little did I know that when I started doing my very first short, that a door was opened. And the door was the Elvis world, the Elvis community. Now we know, because of what we've been through in the last couple of years, we know that the Elvis community is thriving, that the Elvis world is thriving. We know that there are millions of fans, even now, in 2025, that absolutely adore and love Elvis and Lisa Marie. We now know this. Now, obviously, my research in the last 15 months has been immense. Yeah, I've done a crazy amount of research. I research every day, all day. To the people that think that I don't read, you're very wrong. I spend all my days reading, watching things, learning from comments that are being sent to me via YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Many of you message me direct, teaching me about Elvis history, Lisa Marie's history. Every day I get dozens of messages educating me. So as an Elvis defender, as the front person of the channel defending Elvis, I make it my number one priority after my family to learn about Elvis and Lisa and all of the history and everything, every single person that ever, yeah, definitely an awakening, thanks Gio. Every person that has ever come into contact with Elvis, I've tried to learn about it, whether it's Muhammad Ali or Neil Diamond or Tom Jones or co-stars from the movies, you name it, I've tried to learn about it. Every aspect of Elvis's life I have tried to uncover, research, understand. So then we've got, eventually we evolve and we become defending Elvis. A joint decision done with me and Team Elvis 15 months ago. We all know what we've all been through, the ups and downs, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Yeah, Ella's happy. Ella, you happy? Come on, Ella, walk with us. Yeah, come on. I'm going to take her to the muddy bit in a minute. Ella, you want to go to the muddy bit? She knows where we're going, don't you? You know where we're going. So here's the building site, guys. They're starting to put the roof on, yeah? You see? Roof is going on. Every day we walk past, we will update you on how the progress of this building site is, also what it's going to become. because we don't actually know what it's going to become, do we? So we can watch that together as we walk lovely Ella. She's happy. So I do have a cold, guys. Anyway, I've got a cold. Aurora's got a cold. My 19-year-old daughter Talia's got a cold. Yasmin's cold. Aurora's been off work for 2 days, and today Aurora's mum is coming. So Karen's been with us 13 months. And Karen, what a 13 months we've had. Seriously. Anyway, so we've definitely evolved, yeah? We are constantly changing. I remember exactly where I was when the name changed. Ah, there we are, Carolyn. Where were you? So we've evolved, guys, and we're still evolving, we're still changing. One thing that I've always said, guys, is we cannot be a hate channel. There we are, look at the buildings. So there's 3 buildings up now, guys. 3 buildings. Hygiene. So I refuse to be a hate channel. We must defend in the right way. I was getting ready for work in my bathroom. So a big part of how we've evolved, this is why we're now called Defending Elvis with a Forgiving Heart. And Joe Sins from Rare Elvis Photos is part of the reason we chose that name. He gave me some advice that we must learn to point the finger in a kinder way, in a more respectful, understanding way, and I agree with him. Now, I still like the name, Defending Elvis, fans want the truth. So somehow I still want to keep the words, fans want the truth. So I'm going to see if I can add that in. Yeah, Deborah, I need to get better. This is the 3rd cold I've had in a row. I've had 3 colds in a row, all given to me by my children. Tino gave me one, and Talia gave me the other one. They go to school or they go to work, and then they come home and give me their colds. Hi, Terry. Terry, well done with your counter notification, my friend. Well done. You did good. GPT is a great help. So that'll just disappear now. Terry, in about 15, 16 days, the strike will just disappear. So, God, I don't know if you know, guys, but one of my strikes have already gone. Yeah, it's Gio, you got a cold as well. Oh, that's all right, Terry. Please subscribe to Terry's channel. Yeah, Tino, I caught a cold off Tino, and then I caught a cold off Talia, and now Aurora's got it, and she's quite ill. Aurora never takes time off work, so it's very unusual for her to have 2 days off work. So anyway, but she's okay, guys. So look, we're approaching the school now. Behind me is Yasmin and Tino's school, okay? And that school didn't exist when I first moved here. That is a brand new school that was created for this area that is called West Wick. West Wick. So anyway, as I was saying, so I don't want us to be a hate channel. So yesterday I did sort of pick up there was some name calling. I really don't want us to do the name calling. I want us to defend in a respectful way that Elvis and Lisa would be happy with. You know, I want people like Joe Sins at Rare Elvis Photos. I want him to watch my channel and think, yeah, Louis defending properly. Louis defending in the right way. I want someone like Joe Sins to watch my channel and go, we're not a bunch of haters. We're not being nasty. Team Elvis are not cruel, are not bullies, are not attacking people. So it's very important to me that when we defend using facts, using research, using opinions, not just horrible name calling. So any name calling, I'm going to delete it. Well, you know, I do understand that many of you are upset. I understand that, yeah? I do understand that many of you are upset with Priscilla. I am as well. I'm very upset with Priscilla, and I will expose Priscilla. But I'll do it through research. In fact, one of my topics today, do any of you know Nessa? Nessa is Team Elvis. She has her own Facebook page, and she defends Elvis, Lisa, and the bloodline through her research. She's amazing. One of her posts she did yesterday was showing that allegedly that when in 1959, when Priscilla was waving Elvis off to the that the whole thing was a setup. The whole thing was a setup. Karen, have you seen it? Yeah, Terry, we don't like what Priscilla's doing, but we can't be a bunch of haters. We must defend with no name calling, no swearing, no horrible words. We defend with facts and research. We must do it the right way, yeah? Anyway, so the whole thing is, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so when Priscilla waves Elvis off, they're saying that the whole thing was a setup and that actually she wasn't even there. That they wouldn't let Priscilla go near her. She was there, but not actually at the point where Elvis, you know, where Elvis turns around and waves and the aeroplane flies off. We're giving the impression that Elvis turns around and waves to Priscilla. Well, the research now is showing that he wasn't waving at Priscilla, he was waving to the crowd. Remember, Priscilla says that Elvis was looking for her to catch her eye so he could wave to her. Hi, Emily. Yeah, don't forget, we don't know it as facts, Karen. It's just, this is research that Nessa has done and other people have done it as well, yeah? I know, Deborah, but we can do it in a respectful way, yeah? So what I'm trying to say, guys, is this. We're at the bit where we're going to just here, guys, we're going to let Ella off, okay? Ella, we're going to let you off, mate. Is that okay? Let's let her off. There we go. Off you go. Whee! She'll go off now. Look, she's having a whiz. So what we're trying to do, like this is just one of the stories that Nessa has been well done, Terry. And don't forget, when we start calling people names, we lower our standards, yeah? We lower who we are, yeah? So I don't think I've ever said a horrible name about anyone, a real nasty, horrible name. Ella, you come. What are you doing? What are you doing, eh? Yeah, Ella, one of us, one of Team Elvis, Ella. So, right, we're at the bit, we're starting to walk down now, yeah? So, she's happy, look at her. You want to see something? Have a look. There's a water thing here, I don't know what it does, you can hear it. Anyway, so, people like Nessa, proper researchers, because I'm not a researcher. You know, Nessa is, Amy Collett is. Oh, thanks, Terry. I love her to bits. She was Princess's baby. She's Princess's child, yeah? So, yeah, she is happy. She's happy. So, Nessa has done some research and is showing the world that everything is not as it seems. That this is what I keep saying about, yeah, princesses are her mum, yeah. What Nessa proving one thing that may not be true, yeah? Allegedly, yeah? Oh, it's very muddy. I don't know if I'm going to walk down there. I think we'll go a different way, guys. It's too muddy. Let's let Ella have a little run round, then we'll walk back round the other way. Now, what have I always said about the book Elvis and Me? The book Elvis and Me, it paints a picture, it tells a story of Elvis's history from when Elvis first meets her in Germany in 1959. Don't forget, this is Priscilla's version, not the truth. It's Priscilla's alleged truth that may have been rewritten, twisted, exaggerated, altered, even lied, alleged lies. Everything I say on this show is not a fact, it's for entertainment purposes. Just an opinion sharing discussion YouTube channel. But the point I'm trying to say is, if Priscilla has altered history to show that she was waving to Elvis, but really, she wasn't. It was all a big setup. Even her sat in the car with Elvis was a setup. She didn't go on a journey with Elvis in the car. She just quickly jumped into the car and the press set it up so they could take a picture for their tabloids. Now, if these kind of things are true, which I think they might be, it means that everything we're being told about Priscilla may not be true. Yeah, Emily, you don't have to get depressed about it, do you? Look, come on. We can be upset about Priscilla's behaviour, but I think we don't have to get depressed about it. Come on, Emily. So the thing I'm trying to say is, we can't trust. Hi, Brew, how are you? Oh, thanks, Emily. You know we love you, Emily. The thing I'm trying to say is that we can't trust anything that has been said to us, even from 1959. Ah, you're okay, Emily. You know we love you. So don't forget, one of the things that Priscilla said is that, oh yes, I got with Elvis at 14. Yeah? Well, they didn't get together at 14. They became friends at 14. She also says that Elvis was very depressed in Germany. Well, I don't believe it. I don't believe that. Yes, he was grieving over his mum, of course. Thanks, Emily. He was grieving over his mum. Of course. Don't forget, I don't know the exact amount of months without double checking, but I got a feeling that his mum had passed between 6 and 9 months earlier, maybe slightly longer. So by the time Elvis met Priscilla, you guys will know the dates. Put the dates in, guys. When Elvis meets Priscilla, put it in the comments, and then put the dates in when Elvis lost his beautiful mother, Gladys. But the point I'm trying to say is that when Priscilla says in her interview, and she said this 3 days ago, Elvis was depressed in Germany, Newheim. I don't believe it. I don't agree. I actually think Elvis had quite a nice time in Germany, except for that, yes, he was 100% he was grieving over the loss of his mum, of course. The most important human being in his life. He'd lost her unexpectedly at a very young age, 46. But I also think Elvis made the best of the army years. Elvis made the best of it, yeah? And I think Elvis had a lot of fun in the army. Remember, Elvis chose to not have special treatment. Elvis chose that. He wanted to be just like the other guys, yeah? And he made a lot of friends. Allegedly, he was seeing other women. And if you look at Elvis's interviews during his time in Bad Newheim, you know, we know they rented a house and family and friends were allowed to stay, even some of the Memphis Mafia, yeah? Elvis was not depressed, crawled up in a little ball, waiting to meet Priscilla, and then Priscilla comes along and saves the day. I don't believe it. But Priscilla gives us the impression. That he was depressed in Germany, in tears constantly, depressed about the future of his up-and-coming career, and the loss of his mum, and that she come along and saved the day and made him feel happy. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I think Elvis had a bloody good time in Bad Nauheim. In fact, there's some evidence that proves it. Elvis made a lot of friends, had different female friends. Elvis really enjoyed serving for his country. Hi, Matthew. But yes, of course, he was grieving over the loss of Gladys. Of course he was. So Priscilla paints a picture of this lonely, depressed person. It's funny because if you jump forward to 1976, 1977, when Ginger Oldham was with Elvis, they've tried to do it there. You've got people that were close to Elvis in 1976, 77. They're saying the same thing. But Ginger Oldham comes along and says, well, actually, he was quite optimistic for the future. He wasn't as big as they say he was. He wasn't as sick as they say he was. Ginger Oldham even says he wasn't taking as many pills, prescription medication, as they say he was. So they like to paint Elvis in a bad light in the last year of his life, as if he was depressed waiting to die. And it's just not true. If you look at the things that Elvis did in his last year of his life, he was busy. He kept busy. He was going to the fair, to the cinema. We know about the famous one where he goes to see The Spy Who Loved Me. Come on then, here she is. There we are, Gio, you got it? Come on. He wasn't depressed. He was grieving, but he was not depressed. He was loving life. Elvis loved being Elvis Presley. Elvis loved serving for his country. Yeah, he missed America, of course. He missed home. He wanted to get on with movie making. It's very obvious. If you watch Elvis's interviews before he goes back, he can't wait to get back and start making films. He was hoping to make credible films and that he could be a serious actor like Marlon Brando, James Dean. You get it? Elvis couldn't wait to get back. I think the first film that he did was GI Blues, wasn't it? Obviously, he does the Frank Sinatra show when he comes back. And he makes a few albums, some coming home albums with RCA Victor. We know about that. 1 second, let me just put Ella back on the lead. Okay, she's back on her lead. Right, we're going to start walking back, but we've still got another mile. So we've still got a little while to go, guys. It's early in the morning, so I don't have to put up with kids shouting out to me. Elvis learned karate in Germany, and it changed his life forever. I've done a few videos on that, Matthew. How are you, Matthew? Please subscribe to Hillbilly Cat and Elvis History. Great channels, please subscribe. Hi Tony, how are you? Facebook messaging rules. Hebrew, what do you mean? All I'm saying about when it comes to Priscilla or anybody, no insults. No insults. Let's keep it factual. Let's do our research. Let's defend Elvis in a dignified, respectful way where we don't look like a bunch of haters and where we look as like adults, grown-up adults, discussing the rights and wrongs of people concerning Elvis's history. We defend with research, with facts, yeah? No name calling. I will be deleting any disgusting, horrible comments, but Obviously, you know that I don't read all the Facebook comments, guys. I haven't got the time to. Our Defending Elvis Facebook page. Yeah, Ebrew, you do know that I get thousands of comments a day. I don't read them. I don't have the time to. Honestly, my time is very limited. I only read a few comments on Facebook. I do read every YouTube comment. Every single YouTube comment, I read it. Every single one, yeah? So, but I don't have the time to monitor Facebook. I just don't have the time. Yeah, we defend with a forgiving heart. You got it. I want to be able to be proud of how we defend, yeah? I don't want us to be called a hate group. So, you know, we're evolving, guys. We're evolving, yeah? How are you, Tony? How's life? Hi, Anita. We're just having a walk with Ella. Ella, say hello. Ella, say hello. Say hi, Anita. Hi, Tony. Look, see what she does? As soon as I get her to look at us, she walks away. She turns away from me. She's camera shy, guys. Ella, why are you camera shy? So we are having beautiful weather in the UK. Stunning, beautiful weather. So there's my kids' school behind me. There's a big lorry in the way. Ella's happy. Ella, are you happy? Where are you? There she is. There she is. So guys, I want to go through Facebook. I've got a cold, by the way. I want to go through different Facebook things. So last night I used a bit of AI. I pieced some information together with the help of AI, and I posted it on Facebook. It was concerning the Elvis What Happened book with Sonny West, Dave Hebler. I also watched some interviews. I watched an interview with Marty Lacker, a very long one. A guy called Joe Crine, I think he's called, Joe Crine. Yeah, there's a lot of flu about Julie's, a lot, everywhere. In every country. So I watched some interviews. Have any of you heard of Joe Crine? He does really interesting interviews with well-known people from the Elvis world. So I watched his interview. Yeah, that's it, Matthew. So I watched 2 interviews last night. The Sonny West one and the Marty Lacker one, yeah? Sorry, I missed that comment. Someone just did a comment, it disappeared. Keep them short, guys, because it only lets me see them for about 3 seconds. So anyway, as I was saying, guys, I watched those 2 interviews. Marty Lacker, you know, I have strong feeling about Marty Lacker. I'm not happy with Marty because he's done many things that I'm not happy about. But I also know that Marty loved Elvis. I always say this with the Memphis Mafia. I know they loved him. I know they loved him. But they still did things for money that they should not have done. I'm not taking away that they loved him. I completely get that they loved him. Is Larry here, is he? Hi, Larry. Are you there, my friend? Morning from the UK, Larry. I was looking for an apology from Sonny West because people keep saying that Sonny West apologized for writing the book. He doesn't apologize. He does, what he does, he says that if Elvis had not fired him, he wouldn't have wrote the book. I think the way he worded it was, how did he word it? He sort of says, if I was with Elvis till the end, I wouldn't have wrote the book. Do you remember that, Matthew at Hillbilly Cat? Do you remember that? That Sonny West says, if I hadn't have been fired, I wouldn't have wrote the book. He says that. Yeah, no, he doesn't actually say the words, I am sorry. He doesn't do that. Quite a few people say to me that Sonny West apologized. He didn't. He did, not from that interview anyway. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that because he's basically saying if I carried on getting the benefits of working from Elvis, I wouldn't have betrayed him. That's sort of what he's saying, yeah? So it's a half-hearted, weak attempt at apologizing to Elvis for writing the book, Elvis, What Happened. I will always see that book as a betrayal, yeah? But at the same time, I will never say that they didn't love Elvis. They did love Elvis. They did. You know, Billy Smith loves Elvis. Did he cry in the interview? The one I watched, it wasn't where you could see his face. It was a radio interview, like a telephone conversation. So the thing I'm trying to say, guys, I know they loved Elvis. When I discuss these topics, I'm not saying they didn't love him. I'm saying they let him down. They broke his trust. They betrayed him. They backstabbed him. They double-crossed him. They let Elvis down. They shared private details that should have been kept private. It's more that. So I think certain things were exaggerated as well. Don't forget, we know that you got the Elvis faked his death story as well, you know, that Marty Lacker also said. Yeah, Deborah, the interview I saw was a different one, but yeah, I think I've heard that he did, yeah. No, actually thinking about it, no, I have seen interviews where Sonny gets very emotional, I have, yeah. Now Marty Lacker, no. Marty Lacker definitely, I have not seen him get all teary and emotional discussing Elvis, you know. You know, I know that the Memphis Mafia loved Elvis, but I also believe that Elvis has reached a point where he was definitely reducing the people around him, especially the last year of his life. Yeah, I've had that corroborated by a few people now. Elvis was going to make very big changes. Marty cries at the end of the multi-hour show with Red staged crying. I haven't seen that, Matthew. Matthew, if you get a minute, can you send me that one? I'd like to see it. Is that a new name? Andrea Rose. Hi, Andrea Rose. Welcome to Team Elvis. Andrea Rose, welcome to Team Elvis. So we are going to discuss the book Elvis, What Happened, and I may even read some of it. The book Elvis, What Happened also has good stories in it. Please, yeah. Hi, I've been following for a couple of months now. Oh, hi. I hope you're okay with how we run our channel. Have you noticed, Andrea, have you noticed we've had a very rocky ride? We've been through a very difficult, I don't know how long it's been, 15 months, whatever. Da-da-da. So look where we are, guys. Behind me is another housing estate. Okay, we're heading back down the road now. So this black post, see this black post behind me? It's, from here, it's about half a mile to get home. Yes, Terry, yes, the copyright. Terry, I played the first half of that documentary. Yes, I did get copyrighted, but not striked. It was just... I don't know if you understand, but there is a way where you can play music without getting a strike. There is a way. Terry, do you know how to do that? Ask ChatGPT. There is a way where you can have clips of music, and under the rules of fair use, you're allowed to play the music. What you're not allowed to do is play a song all the way through and upload it. You're not allowed to do that. Yeah, so yes, the first half of the documentary is fine, no problems. Yes, ask ChatGPT, it will explain it to you, okay? So no problem with the documentary, and I'm going to do the second half at some point. But today, I wanted to do Elaine's video. You know, Elaine went to Memphis. So just so you know, a bit of history with Elaine. She's been with me since nearly the beginning. She's Team Elvis. She's just been on a 10-day trip to Memphis, like our Karen did and our Tony did. We've had 4 people now write our name on the Elvis wall at Graceland. We've got the YouTube channel as well, Atomic Hive. They wrote our name. Now Elaine, who we love, I've known Elaine since we started defending Elvis. Elaine has been with us. I get on very well with Elaine, as I do many of you. And she has been sending me pictures and videos of her 10-day journey to Memphis, to Tupelo. And I want to do a video today. I want to dedicate it. Oh, Carolyn. Yeah, of course, Carolyn did as well. Sorry, Carolyn. Carolyn wrote our name on the wall. So that could be 5 times then. Carolyn, it could be 5 times, couldn't it? We're very lucky. And Elaine actually walked up to the grave of Elvis at the meditation garden and recorded her saying, Louis wants to give you a message. You made him the man he is today, and that Louis defends Elvis with every bone in his body. I'm so grateful to Elaine for doing that. Elaine, thank you when you watch this. This was a big deal for Elaine, and for Carolyn, and for Karen, and for Tony, and for Teresa. Don't forget, Tony and Teresa went as well, yeah? Yeah, it was very moving. I thought it was as well. So, and saying, you know, when she passed the message on of Louis says you made him the man he is today, it took me months and months to think of what to say, because Elaine had already asked me. Elaine asked me 6 months ago. Elaine asked me 6 months ago, what do you want me to say to Elvis on your behalf when I go to his grave? So it took me a long time to come up with I'm in southwest UK, near Bristol, and it's around 10 o'clock. So in case you've just joined us, guys, today is the 3rd anniversary of the channel. Today is the 3rd anniversary of the channel, Louis' World of Elvis. So my very first YouTube video concerning Elvis was 3 years ago today. So we are celebrating that. And Nicola has sent me some beautiful pictures. Louis in his Elvis room in the shop where nothing is for sale. She sent me a great picture which I've posted on our Facebook page, Defending Elvis. And she sent me a lovely birthday cake. Nicola, thank you. Nicola is very important to me. She's everything to me. She's very special. Me and Nicola talk most days. She's so good to me. She's good to my kids as well. And Aurora. Yeah, Karen, I know that you had a very special time. Karen, you know, your video is still on my channel if you ever want to go back to it and reminisce. So Karen is Team Elvis, guys. So just so you know, all right, Carolyn, you're going to go back again, yeah? So just so you know, guys, where we are with my channel, Defending Elvis. The strikes have started to come off. Things are going well. YouTube know where we are. YouTube do seem to be understanding what happened to us. So the channel's going back to normal. So what you will find, what you will find, guys, is as the strikes drop off, what you'll find is our views will go back up, because we had these 2 strikes, it limited our views, it limited how the channel was being shared. I would say we've had a 60% reduction. I would say we've had a 60% reduction on our channel being shared around because of the strikes. No, it's not, Karen, it's not deleted. It's definitely not deleted, Karen. Karen, I'll post it on Facebook for you, okay? I'll find it and I'll post it for you, okay? So gradually I'm opening up the channel. I'm unlocking a lot of the videos. So bit by bit, guys, over the next week, the channel will go back to normal, okay? I'm just grateful that YouTube now understand what has been happening to us. That because we have different opinions, people have been attacking us in the most hateful way, yeah? So I'm just glad that things are going back to normal. You know, we are entitled to have different opinions. We are entitled to defend Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline. We don't have to agree with everyone. As long as we do it without hate, that's what matters to me. As long as we defend in a respectful, honourable way that Elvis would be proud. I'll tell you what, it's beautiful today. Look, see there's a park behind me. Ella, you okay? She's tired now. Ella, you tired? She's tired. Are you tired? Come and say hello. Come on. She's not going to come. She's told you she's camera shy. Come on, come over here. Come over here. Do you want to say hello? You going to waggle your tail? You going to waggle your tail? She likes her bum being tapped. Do you like your bum being tapped? You like your bum being tapped? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Look at her. She's so lovely. She's 12 years old, guys. 12 years old. Look at her. 12. She's so cute. She only looks like she's a puppy. Oh. She is a good girl. I love her. And we've actually grown since she lost her mum. Me and Ella have got even closer. So I love her. She's one of us, guys. Yeah, Karen, thanks, Karen. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have spent... Yeah, she's very pretty, isn't she, Emily? I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have spent hundreds of hours keeping our channel alive. I really have, yeah? I can't even explain to you. Just, it's like I've been at school. It's like I went back to school, yeah? Law school, copyright school, yeah? YouTube rules school, yeah? It has been one of the hardest undertakings I've ever had, yeah? But I've also enjoyed it. I've thrived on it because I love learning, guys. I love learning. So it hasn't been horrible. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. It hasn't been horrible. It's been... Debbie, yeah, it hasn't been horrible. I've really liked learning. I like defending myself, yeah? But it has been stressful, as Debbie just said. I was shattered. I was staying up late at night, doing my research, and getting up very early in the morning. Gene, we are fighters. We are fighters. We've proved that, haven't we? Don't forget, I've also had massive support. Yeah, Tony, I love learning. Tony, I love learning. You don't, guys, we do it for each other. Remember, a lot of you guys have helped me, yeah? Please remember that. Your support has got me through, yeah? I mean, I'll be honest with you, my wife doesn't get involved with it. My wife She's got her own life to get on with. She's got a very tough job. My wife is doing a degree to become a fully qualified teacher, and she finishes in September of this year. So my wife has got a massive amount of studying to catch up on. So I don't involve my wife on this. This little battle that we've just gone through, hi Hebrew, this little battle that we've gone through has been me and Team Elvis. Me and Team Elvis have got through this. And, but guys, it's been exciting as well. It hasn't been as bad as you think. It's been quite, it gets your adrenaline going, yeah? To me, when I have a fight on my hands, I face it head on. I face it, yeah? Big time. I love a challenge, me. Challenge is my middle name. Seriously, my name is Louis Challenge Macready's. So I think it's done us good. I think it's been good for us. It's also reminded us that we must defend in the right way. We cannot be a hate channel. We can't insult people, yeah? We have to be more understanding. So I am trying to understand the history of Elvis, why people made mistakes. Yeah, we love challenge, don't we, Tony? We have to understand why people made mistakes. You know, even disagreeing with people's opinions, I have to be careful. You know, it's like, for example, Chat with Kat. I love Chat with Kat. You know, Kat, she's restarted her channel. I think she's got a great channel, but she clearly has different opinions than I do concerning Priscilla. So I have to find a way where where other people can have different opinions concerning well-known people that have, in my opinion, that have betrayed Elvis, yeah? Where we don't argue with them, where we don't fall out with them. So my thing with Chat with Kat is I love her channel, but we have different views, and that's okay. We can agree to disagree. That, you know, I really enjoy watching Kat. I think she's lovely, yeah? But we have to, you know, I'm called Defending Elvis. And so I always look at me, I look out for Elvis's interests. So when I'm discussing Priscilla, I'm going to stand up for Elvis. So Pamela, hi Pamela, you're going to go, yeah? Yeah, Deborah's been to Greystown. It's very emotional. Deborah lived there. Didn't you, Deborah? You lived across the road. Deborah lived, she met some of these people, didn't you, Deborah? Didn't you meet Uncle Vesta? Okay, we're nearly home. So my plan is the next video I do is Elaine's video, okay? Elaine's memorable, beautiful 10-day trip to Memphis. So we have been walking for an hour and 3 minutes. Ella has loved it. Look at her, she's tired. Pamela, are you going, are you? Ella, come on. Guys, I'm a super trooper. Super trooper. She's tired. Yeah, Julie, she's tired, but we're home. Ella is dedicated, aren't you, Ella? Ella's Team Elvis, guys, aren't you? There we are, Tony, you got it. So guys, we're going to carry on. We've got a lot of different topics. Oh, I love ABBA. I'm a big ABBA fan. When I DJ'd, I played ABBA. I played all the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s music. I even played 40s. Hi, Larry. So look, I got my denim jacket on, mate. Look, got the denims on for the 70s. I'm definitely a denim jacket lover. I spent my whole life wearing denim. Denim jackets, denim shorts, denim trousers. See, look, denim is back. Do you remember the denim man? Do you remember the aftershave called denim? Did you have that in America? Denim for men. Gio, I bet you wore it. There you go. My dad wore Old Spice. Do any of you remember Old Spice? Ah, thanks, thanks, Tony. Did any of you wear Old Spice? Hi, Ebrew. How are you, Ebrew? Okay, mate? So we're back home. My daughter's car has blown up, so we need to get her a new car. My son's car, he wrote it off. Yeah, Debbie, your dad wore it, Old Spice. My dad wore it. Yeah, there we are. And denim for men. Denim was a bit more in the 80s, wasn't it? There we are, denim aftershave. You got it, Gio, you remember it? I'm the denim man. And what about the other one was... Oh, what was the chocolate one? There's a chocolate one, like a James Bond spoof. And, oh yeah, for the man who likes milk, is it Milk Tray? And all because the man loves Milk Tray. Do you remember that? And then the other one was, the man from Del Monte says yes. The man from Del Monte says yes. And all because the man loves Milk Tray. Yeah, 2 broken cars. 2 broken cars. And guess who's got to buy the new ones? Yeah, I love Brute. The great smell of Brute. Henry Cooper. Pamela, remember Henry Cooper? The great smell of Brute. Yeah, I've got to spend money and buy both my kids a car. Not good, is it? Not good. Even the camper van at the moment is not working. Even the camper van needs fixing. I'm waiting for the spark plugs and the spark plug leads to come. They're probably going to come today, but I won't do it today. So guys, I'm going to go in. I'm going to make a video. Yeah, Karen, the cars are a nightmare. Yeah, I remember Gillette. The best a man can get. Okay, guys, gotta go. Love you all. I'm going to come back on with a video. Yeah, we love Lenny. We love Lenny. Thanks, Tony. Right, bye, guys. Love you all. You're the best. See you all, guys. And all because the man loves Team Elvis. Take care, guys.